All right, week 5, Cinco de Mayo. I don't think I was anything good.
Is it Cinco de Mayo?
It was Cinco de Mayo. Was it last week? Yeah. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Felicidades. Spanish. We're in Savannah with Preston Bowden. We're going to go over last week's top producers and some announcements. And Preston is super excited. Top producers last week. Are any of those, you recognize any of those names? Top rookies.
I do not, no.
Jack, John, and Clem. They're going to be pissed if they work in your group. You don't recognize them.
I don't think they do.
8.6, 7.5, and 6.3. All right, top 3 for last week vets.
We got Angel Chavez, 13.8. Jordy Sturgeon at 12.7. And then Colin McCaney at 9.9.
9.9. That is almost 10.
That is almost 10.
All 3. So, Colin, having a good year?
Yep.
Okay, nice work. Angel out there, always leading from the front, and Jordy. And then top offices.
We got Mini North at 87.4. The Dakotas 76.8. Quad Cities at 75.1. Savannah 64.6. Augusta 56.8. Tri-Cities 30.2. Then Valdosta 26.5. And then Macon at 23.
So a little bit more consistent as far as the whole goes. Nobody over 100. And Quad Cities.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Edging you boys out.
They don't have a ton of people out there compared to us, so they're giving us a bunch of per rep average. So we got to get some of our vets at a higher level.
We got to rally them up. Yeah, they're talking mad. Just kidding. Office dinner goal. We had 3 people win the dinner goal. You guys won. 2 of your 3 offices won the dinner goal. So do you guys talk about that a lot?
We do in our correlations quite a bit. That's like our big thing every single week because we can use it towards like we're trying to get Disney.
So you're not actually doing dinner, you're putting that money into fund.
Yeah. So we should have like a running total. We want to get to $2,000 and get an Airbnb in Orlando. So
you show the people that don't contribute, like have to dress up in like matching shirts.
What? For
Disney, like they have to like wear like we didn't contribute to this trip shirts. And area directors, you're at the bottom, man.
Damn.
That's why I had you on here. You guys have some weather or what?
Last week we had a tornado one day.
That was crazy.
I mean, my 3.1 is there's no excuses for it.
Slow week. Greg Jacobson, nice seeing him performing up there. But you guys had tornadoes. Kyle Song, when I was in Tallahassee, they had 3 tornadoes in one day.
Damn.
And they looked at a map and they figured out where the tornado didn't hit, and they drove and hit downtown.
Nice.
So it was cool. But they had a good week. Dakota standout, last week standout, Clem with 5.2 EFP on a Saturday. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
From a rookie. And then Caleb.
What was he on the week?
He was number 3, I think.
Was he?
So he got like most of his production on the week.
Yeah, you can make up the whole week on a Saturday.
Yeah, somebody was texting me yesterday. Walter was texting me yesterday. He's like, dude, I didn't sell today. Like, I'm worried about the week. I'm like, the week's about Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like, you stay in your area, stay consistent, you should pop off. And then Caleb not only having a huge Saturday, but his best week.
Yep.
So awesome to see Caleb dominating. Dakotas with 26, just shy of 30. Viper, you guys, I'm a little disappointed in the prizes, but I love competition. So
yeah, we I don't know, the Viper's always one that we haven't done super well in because I feel like it's so like some of the parts are uncontrollable as far as like percentage of high credit. We're in Jessup this week, so we're not going to probably pass a single credit.
Yeah, a few third looks.
Yeah.
Is it pretty ghetto?
It's all trailers. So
nice.
It's like pretty ghetto. Yeah.
Well, there's some reps I would love to come join you guys for trailer knocking. And then promo codes, you were talking about this morning. We've got a bunch of them coming out. And do you guys like these? Do you leverage them?
Yes. So we make every rookie pretty much put that on every account because it doesn't affect them.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you're kind of like screwing the customer to not give them it. You might as well. So
good. And then I'm going to go kind of quick. Increase EFP by 20% over prior week. I feel like we had a slow week last week, so we should have an up week this week. And then Viper, you guys just make sure you have Dawson right going over competitions.
Yep.
And so you've got golf prizes, which might help you guys since I took your money on Sunday. Maybe if you won this, you guys could have beaten me on the back nine.
Yeah.
But you smoked me on the front nine. So, and then here's everybody's where you're sitting with. Black is definitely where a lot of our groups are for Evo. We don't have any in black, so that's nice. Red, we've got Dakotas, Quad Cities. Purple, we've got Augusta in purple. Blue, we've got Savannah, Tri-Cities, and that's it for blue. And then in white, you've got Valdosta and Macon. So those are the groups. Congrats to Kyle Song, Jordy, and Brandon Miller on Rooks, number 1, 5, and 7, taking over a third of the Rooks presentation for, that's a sick competition. We're talking about cars at lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see this from Cheyenne? This is the referral, create an e-card from the Evo app.
Yeah, I did see this.
Kind of sick.
We sent it out, and I'm guaranteed, based off of how we've been doing on licensing, nobody did it at all.
That's one of those things you have to do in correlation and like hold everybody's hand.
There you go.
So this is not a true comparison last year over this year. This is your rookies and your vets. 6 out of the 8 were up. You guys were barely down. Your other teams were substantially up.
What are you comparing?
So basically, what your rookies did last year at the same time, and your veterans did last year at the same time, compared to what they should be doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Most groups are very.
What's the target? Is the target?
It's just based
year over year.
Yeah, year over year. But I think it comes into fact with rookies turning into veterans a little bit. So it's not a true year over year.
I see.
Which is actually, this is more accurate.
Is this geared towards already growing? If you hit your target, are you growing?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. All right. So how do you guys deal with weather? You guys in Georgia, we got half our teams in weather. In Georgia, what are you guys doing on the weather stuff?
What do you mean? We just go.
You get rained on.
Yeah. Well, the rookies. Most people, they use it as an excuse to not work. Usually they try to, but no, we drop off. We have good car groups, and they're getting dropped off regardless. So I think the first few times they're just soaking wet, having a horrible day.
Yeah,
that's what they choose for some reason. Although we say, hey, we're working anyways, we're gonna get umbrellas and jackets. It really should not affect your day because it's like an umbrella would solve your problem.
You posted on, I think, Instagram.
Yeah, just making fun of it. It doesn't matter what I say.
You're like, I'm not wet because I have an umbrella. That's so weird.
It's crazy, yeah.
So.
I wish they would listen. I think they want, personally, I think people want an excuse to not work. They want, or not just to not work, but why didn't I sell? It's not me. It was the customer. It was my area. It was the low credits. But rain's one of those. They're like, oh, cool, today, I already got an excuse. We're good to go.
Yeah, let's go to a movie.
When I bagel, even if I go out and work and hang out and have a horrible day and my shoes are wet and stuff, it was the only reason I didn't sell is because it did rain. Yeah. At least I have that. But it protects my ego.
I don't think that's but you guys do a good job of making it just, hey, it's going to rain. We're in Savannah. It's going to rain. It's part of the market.
Yeah, we definitely, I think just the first few times though, it's
you're knocking California summer is oh, it's sunny out. We can't work. It just doesn't make sense.
Be the same shit, yeah.
That's what you expect.
Or if you're down in Florida, Georgia, all that, you're going to get rain every day.
Yeah.
So.
Anybody you want to call out? Any numbers you're seeing that are down, or anybody that you're hey, we need to step it up and kind of embarrass them here? For
my guys specifically? Yeah. Well, mine should be more than 3, that's for sure.
Okay, call yourself out. Have a better week this week.
But we've got some of our vets in our office. I think the only reason Quad Cities is beating us, and we've got our rookies who are doing amazing for our office. And I think we did 25 of our accounts from rookies last week, which is great. So nothing wrong with them right now, but I'd say our vets in this office, some of our guys Zach Apel, Dallas, Sebastian, those ones that come to mind off the top that didn't do amazing last week and should be hitting 5 minimum a week.
Well, I think there's a transition for veterans that kind of expect I don't need to put in the work and the effort because I'm a veteran, and you're a veteran who's been sitting on his ass for the last 6 months. Right? Your muscles are not geared for this right now. And if you don't put in extra work right now, you're not going to see the results till later in the year.
That happens to me every year too. When I go out for the first few weeks, I think in Georgia, Atlanta last year, I went and grinded my butt off. So did all the vets. And first day, 9 vets, we got 0.
Yeah.
And that's in Atlanta, in a great market and everything. No excuses. It's just it's our first day knocking for a while. And for me, it took like, I just think I sold one that week. I had 9 opportunities at least, and just didn't close anything. And then from there, I started to sell, 6 the next week, and then
probably stress you
7.
to freak out.
Yeah,
You're like, I've got to figure this out again.
But yeah, it's just like start reading again and like start figuring out where I'm screwing up on the close. And every year you have to do that.
Yeah,
like
it doesn't matter who you are.
It never ends, really.
Yeah.
So,
well, cool. Well, thanks for being on. We'll get this out to you guys shortly, and I think we do 500 this week.
500.
Yeah, 500.
500.
Last week we did 440. The week before 460. Both weeks we're substantially up, so 20-30% growth. But with the talent we have and like as many rookies as we have, kind of figuring it out right now, if we're not hitting 500 every week at this point, it's just because our veterans aren't pulling their weight. Because our rookies are doing awesome.
Yep.
So, okay. Well, thanks for being on.